I guess it's refreshing to make a video that isn't 20 or more minutes long. I am trying to make my fortune as a video gaming content creator, mostly focusing on Resident Evil, and I guess that means that as much as I don't want to, I will have to engage with the trailer releases and general content creation machine. If you go with me on this journey into video game YouTuberism, then you're going to find out very quickly that my thoughts and opinions on games are formed stringently, almost exclusively on the base game itself and nothing but, unless it's a remake or re-release, which must then be compared to the original. I don't do microtransactions, I don't do digital download games, I am not into the multiplayer scene, I don't ever buy DLC unless I am really impressed with a game, and I think I paid for Xbox Live once when I was 16 as my one and only short-lived subscription service experience. And I do not tend to keep up with trailers. And none of this is something I had to have bad experiences to become. I'm sure I would have ended up here eventually even if I liked doing all of those things, because of the way corporate gaming's been going the last 20 fucking years. But most of this is just that I've never had extra money for my favorite hobby, and I've always been a quiet person who doesn't like engaging with the louder parts of the internet. All of this is to say that I'm making this video to try and be one of the cool kids because a grand total of 5 people unanimously voted on a poll I posted that they wanted to hear about upcoming releases. So I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm dealing exclusively with media Capcom has released and statements they've made, and everybody else is a non-entity here. The funniest fucking thing I've ever seen is Resident Evil fans trying to act like they know anything about, or care any which way, about goddamn Resident Evil Outbreak since this trailer dropped. Like, come on, I know you didn't play Outbreak, let alone Outbreak File 2. Hell, I barely played Outbreak File 2. I had it on PS2 and got bored with it and sold it before the PS2 even died on me. I know not a single one of you knew who Alyssa Ashcroft even was before this trailer dropped, and I can tell because the second most liked comment on this video is just literally explaining who that is. I guess now that Ethan's arc is over, we have to go back to the drawing board, but seeing this absolute brand new face that I do not care about even a little, it would be a task in any other game at all. Hearing that we're going to go back to goddamn Raccoon City, the place where it all started with this complete stranger, is killing me. It got even worse when Capcom piped up that they are not going to have Leon return, with the reasoning being that he's just too inured to all the horror and wouldn't get very scared. Are you fucking insane? Are you motherfucking stupid? But casual mode, you squawk in my goddamn ear. They're right! Leon is too badass for him to work as the protagonist of a goddamn horror series? No, that would be a crazy idea. Okay, but hear me out. I don't fucking care. It's motherfucking Raccoon City. You cannot go back to Raccoon City without Leon, without Claire, without Chris and Jill. That's their goddamn story, that's their goddamn heritage. That's their trauma, their ashes, their beginnings, and if Capcom were smart, their endings. But no, we have to go back to the most pivotal location in all of Resident Evil with someone who we don't know or care about. Plus, quick quiz for you. Name one time in Resident Evil 4, the OG or the remake, where Leon was visibly scared. Of anything, at all. Quickly. You can't, can you? And yet, Resident Evil 4 is still terrifying. Because Leon, unlike so many characters these days, is not a blank slate for us to project into, and he can still carry a game where an audience can get scared regardless. I don't mind the idea of Grace on her own, even if her boss saying her full government name has the ring of trying to hold fans' hands and say, see, she is too connected to the main Resident Evil series. As much as I miss Chris and Leon, I think new blood is always welcome. It's trying to sell that new blood to us on hallowed ground that is bugging me. My hope is that if we must emulate another Ethan Winters style reintroduction to Resident Evil, is that it ends up more like 8 than 7. I know I haven't dropped my videos on 7 or 8 yet, but trying to replay them even for footage gave me a lot to talk about. Chiefly that Resident Evil 7 was ass and made a lot of amateur mistakes when trying to craft a new mainstay character. 8 was a lot better because Ethan's emotional investment was more palpable and they returned to what Resident Evil does best, which is mutative visceral horror, and went much harder on the aesthetics than 7 did. Granted, I still think 8 had severe weaknesses, including the family drama bit that I just couldn't get into because it was fucking everywhere, and I hope that whatever's going on with Alyssa and Grace is more interesting than family drama served cold. At least everyone else is as unimpressed with this crap as I am. Is Jill ever going to have a different haircut? Is Capcom ever going to get past the weird songs no one asked for? Will I get any comments on this video? Stay tuned to find out.